Shalom, everyone. This is your boy, Minister Yakia Hokma. You might know me as Leron McDowell or Chuck Willow Wonka LeBronzo. You know, I got many names, but today I'm just here to address the situation with the comment on Stacy Dash and what she said about blacks being uneducated, um, an embarrassment, on welfare for free, lazy people who need to get jobs, blah blah blah. Okay, well, okay, so she said blacks are uneducated. So my question is to you, Miss Stacy Dash. To what degree are you referring to as being uneducated? Okay, so I can agree with you to the fact that black people, a lot of black people, are uneducated of their true nationality, their true heritage, and who they are as a people. But as far as just being uneducated, like they're just dumb, no. You know, I know people that have no degrees, no college degrees, no high school diplomas, and yet still are some of the smartest people I know. I mean, if you look up John Hanson, which he was a black Moorish man that was in the congressional, what you would call the first congressional seat. Some say maybe the first presidency of the United States was a black man, so-called black man. They call us black, but I'm no blacker than my shirt. My shirt is black, okay? So I'm not black, but you know, white supremacy label things black and white. So black and white, black supremacy, white supremacy is still the same. It still falls under white supremacy because they labeled us things as black and white. Before in the Bible, it never, they never, they never looked upon each other as race or as a color or race or color. Their people were based off their nationality, not the color of their skin. So, as far as, like I said, as far as being educated on their heritage, their background, their nationality, of who they are, where they come from, where you can find their nationality in the scriptures. Some are uneducated to that fact. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people still believe in lies. Okay, with the education thing, okay. I mean, how many white lies have the American school system taught? I mean, countless lies. I mean, even from John Ford, okay, the automobile that was created, the Ford automobile was actually invented by a black man, so-called black man, okay? And he didn't have the money to get the patents. So John Ford paid for the patents. But he paid for it, so that's why the so-called brother, the so-called black brother, I ain't gonna say so-called brother, he's a brother, but the so-called black brother, um, he didn't have the means to pay for the patent, so he didn't get the credit. Okay, so I find that disturbing, really. What else? I could just touch so much on that education thing. It's like, okay, what about every book that they have in a college they have in a library? Okay, a lot of people were educated themselves before these so-called colleges and main universities was even around. And some of the smartest people in the world. I mean, they didn't have colleges when Abraham and them was around, but yet and still he taught the Egyptians astronomy and all type of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The Arabs invented algebra. The Ishmaelites, They invented algebra. There was no colleges back then. So if you basing education off a pacified college degree, then that's uneducated in itself. Some people might disagree. Some people might. How many people you know to college actually do the jobs that they went to college to get their degree in? Not a lot. They just go for financial aid to get the money. Um, or how many people go to college and then they say you're overqualified. But before you went to college, you were underqualified. Now you're overqualified. Now you can't get a job. It's no medium. I mean, it's really getting out of control. But okay, far as even with the jobs, and we're lazy, man. You know how many black people try to get jobs every day? You can't get a job if there ain't no jobs to give. They steadily sending companies overseas and all type of nonsense, man. The immigration reform. I have no problem with immigrants coming over here. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, this is their land. Some Americans get mad because cheaper labor and all they gotta do is hire these Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. This they land. They ancestors was already here, man. Before the white man got here, or so-called white man. The sons of Japhet, whatever you want to call them. I don't want to just call them all Esau, because I don't think they all are Esau. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna call them the sons of Japhet. Now, um, with the welfare thing, it's like some people depend on that money to have jobs and are still on welfare. Okay, they pay their bills with their work money and the way the cost of living is now after work, after job wages, and paying all your bills, phone bill, car, gas, trying to get to work, lights, rent, or mortgage or whatever. They damn near broke. So all that little money, they need that. Now I can see if you making over $30,000 a year and still on get over on welfare when you making $15, $16 an hour, you know what I'm saying, and you still getting welfare. Now they just taking advantage because they wanna get these expensive houses or whatever to match their money or whatever that they making or whatever. I don't know, but it just seems like okay. She tries to say that, and a lot of people think okay, well you're on welfare getting free money, well you content. Okay, some people are not content being on welfare. Some people don't want to be on welfare at all, but welfare at all, but they're limited to certain things. Okay, now m- me personally, like yeah, I kind of agree. Like we shouldn't have to lean on the government for aid. We should be able to get out there and have our own and get our own and have all this stuff so we don't have to depend on the government for welfare. But first, we have to come together as a people, set up a black economical structure for our people specifically, and everybody who is making it, blacks that are making, need to contribute to this fund to help the blacks in lower states get to that point to where we don't need their services no more. Okay. Yeah, some people be like, oh, you should have a strong mind. Okay, some people are not that strong to just do it all by themselves, man. Some people need help. Some people need to see other people have confidence within them because they might not have the full confidence within themselves. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at these issues full service, not just one view, your view. Here, we need to sit down and look at this thing full surface, man. Come to some type of agreement to get our people